Welcome. Today.
Hello.
Today we have the
Hello,
Phoenix from Definition Cigars.
Boom.
With it, we're going to have Foursquare Barbados Spiced Rum.
Thanks for tuning into Cigars, Liquor, and More as we join our buddies Bill
Howdy.
and our other brother Daryl
Smoke up, Johnny.
having fun in 2021. Broadcasting from our studio speakeasy as they talk about cigars, liquor, and anything else that comes to mind.
Here we are.
Now, I will give it this. If there's any plus to having wax on a screw cap.
So they wax coated the top and then put a screw top on. Yeah, that's kind of funny.
Yeah, so if there's any plus to having wax on a screw
Grip?
top, it is grip. Definitely. It's that positive feedback, you know? It's there. It's there.
They could have just put knurling on the cap.
They could have, but they didn't. They put wax.
Okay, for those who don't know what knurling is that sort of gnarled up bit of metal, so it gives you a grip, like on a dart, like if you throw darts. That's knurling. Or...
Wow, that's an easy draw. And look at me, I'm doing a cold draw.
Oh my God! You know what?
Wow, that is super.
There's
easy.
not much in this cold draw though. That's the
Nope.
bummer. The one
Nope.
time you choose
Nope.
to do a cold
There's
draw.
nothing. I got no reason to do a cold draw.
No, there's not much here. All right. What is
Have we
the
started
Phoenix?
the show yet?
Yes. What is the Phoenix from Definition? Well, it is a 6x54. The binder, wrapper, and filler is
thought
not disclosed.
I thought you were going to say that it was a bird that came back from the ashes.
Well, they did choose gold for their band.
They did. Instead of a fiery red.
Also to note, their band is not paper, but it is some sort of woven embroidery cloth. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's what's used for a garter.
Yeah, actually, it does.
It's
It looks
a
like
garter.
No,
It's a
you're
garter
right,
for a
you're
cigar.
Right. You're right. It looks like a garter.
It is. It's a garter for a cigar.
I didn't even realize that.
Instead of being next to the foot, it's next to the head.
All right. Good point. It would have been worse if it was by the foot. I would have.
Oh,
not
much
liked
worse.
that,
Much
yeah.
worse. And you can't just peel this sucker apart.
It slides off.
Yeah, once it
Like
gets
a
to a
garter.
point. Once it gets to a point, you don't want to force this thing. You could crush your cigar trying.
Well,
Don't do
according to their own website, the binder wrapper filler is not disclosed.
Oh,
Now, I'm sure some super awesome aficionados have published it somewhere, but I didn't go look it up. Well, you know what? I'm not even sure they did that. But whatever it was, we don't know. But here's what I do know. There's Nicaraguan tobacco in here. You know why? Because it's a Nicaraguan cigar. So, MSRP is $12.
expect a little spicy. $12 is I mean, right in the ballpark where you want a cigar, especially a boutique cigar, right?
Yeah, and these Definition falls firmly in the category of boutique. I don't know what their volumes are like, but we got these at Underground.
Yep.
And Underground really specializes in
And
boutiques, and I've not seen them in any of the shops around us. So I'm going to say it's boutique, and we'll see.
So we had one, not this particular band.
Right. We had a Definition cigar at Underground.
Yep. Didn't talk about it. Didn't rate it, or well, we momentarily talked
Heck,
about
we
it
didn't
between
even think
us.
about it. We were just partying.
But yeah, there was so much going on that it just
Mhm.
not an environment where you're going to sit back and think about a cigar.
No.
But it was a whole lot of fun. I enjoyed that. We got to do that again.
So the Foursquare is a Barbados spiced rum. An interesting note is that it is below the normal 80 proof that you find in rums
Boy, is it.
at 70 proof.
70 proof.
So
yeah.
they lightened it up, probably because 80 was a little harsh. That's my guess. And it was basically created to compete with Sailor Jerry or Kraken. I assume. This is an MSRP of $14.
Is this the one you were talking about, cinnamon? Because
Yes.
this does. This comes across the nose as extremely cinnamon.
So
There's no doubt about
when
it.
I nose this, there's exactly one thought in my head. This is the cereal Cinnamon Toast Crunch. It smells exactly like Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and their tasting notes are even cinnamon, vanilla, and nutmeg, which,
There you go.
this is Cinnamon Toast Crunch. So if you like Cinnamon Toast Crunch, maybe this might be right.
Oh, yeah.
So one of the reasons I grabbed this was, firstly, it's a rum, and I know how much you love rums.
I do.
But also, I grabbed a $14 rum previously, the Monk. Very worthy.
Oh, it was. Is
So
this a $14?
I'm like, all right, let me try another $14 rum.
Because, it is. Wow.
Yeah, it's Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
The smell is awesome.
It is. It's really good. It's Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I do really like Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I mean, don't get me wrong, not as much as Cocoa Puffs, but Cinnamon Toast Crunch is really good. You know what?
And you get you almost get a little cinnamon on the flavor, too.
I may have to take, what do you mean almost?
That is weird.
No, there's a lot of cinnamon in here. It's not weird at all. So it smells like Cinnamon Toast Crunch. It tastes like Red Hots.
Red Hots. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So your opinion of Red Hots is they have a little cinnamon in them?
No. This is like a proof down version of Red Hots. It doesn't hit your palate like Red Hots do.
It hits my palate exactly like Red Hots.
No, it doesn't.
I smell Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I'm eating Red Hots. This is exactly that.
It's
all right for me. I'm just rubbing it and I'm being a dick.
It's not. Here's
the thing, though. I like it better than, was it Fireball is the big cinnamon one?
Yes.
But Fireball's crap, though. I don't like
this
Fireball.
does not come across as Fireball
because
at
it has
all.
nutmeg. And the nutmeg makes it more like palatable.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
This is, as my voice cracks in my 14 again, it is. It's a good little drink. I mean, we just started on it, but it's a good little drink. I wouldn't throw that out with the bathwater.
You wouldn't kick it out of bed for eating cookies?
No.
Mm.
So I'm going through.
But it's nothing like Cookie Crisp. It's more like Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
This falls into the cereal category of liquors.
As a cereal abuser. Yep. Yeah. It's Christmas nutmeg. It's Christmas Red Hots. It's Red Hots with nutmeg. Definitely nutmeg. This one is easy to decide. Now, how worthy is it, though? They had to prove it down to 70 to get it to be palatable, because otherwise they'd have sold it at 80. Come on.
You think so? I mean, because if you can get away for selling it at 70, you've just increased the volume of amount you can sell.
That's true. And it does have a pretty decent color. Like, let me see. I think they added the color. I don't think there's any age statement on this. Whoa, it says rum with natural flavors, although cinnamon is natural.
It is.
It grows on trees, I understand. All right.
So is food coloring.
Yeah. Actually, isn't technically cinnamon the bark of the tree? I think it is. But the cinnamon we use is another plant, and I can't remember its name.
Yeah,
it's not actually cinnamon.
Yeah.
So this is probably that plant, obviously. Well, let me read from the back of the label. Hopefully there's no surprises here. Foursquare is one of the oldest sugar estates on the island of Barbados, where rum has been made since 1640s. It is born in the Foursquare Rum Distillery. Well, I hope so. Foursquare Spiced Rum is a combination of rare island spices and specially aged rum blended in accordance with a secret formula known only to generations of the seal family.
I love it. I'm going to interrupt you. I love it.
I'm done.
Wikipedia, cinnamon.
Yeah.
It is a spice.
Thanks, Wikipedia.
Cinnamon is a spice obtained from the inner bark of several tree species from the genus cinnamon.
Okay.
Cinnamon mum.
Okay. Cinnamon.
CINNAMOMUM.
Sounds British.
Cinnamon mum.
Mum.
I love that. Cinnamon mum. I'm having cinnamon mum. Cinnamon is used mainly as an aromatic condiment
Having cinnamon
and flavoring additive in a wide variety of cuisines,
Everything.
sweets, and savory dishes.
Everything.
Breakfast cereals, snack foods.
Oh, I know which breakfast cereal.
Tea and traditional foods. Thank you. Oh, we have nutritional facts.
Cinnamon contains actually no nutrition. It is bark.
19 calories
Per what?
per tablespoon.
A tablespoon contains 19 calories. I
Yep.
assume that's all bark.
7.8 grams, one
Of
tablespoon.
fiber.
12, yeah. 0.1 grams of fat, 1 milligram of sodium, 34 milligrams of potassium, 6 total carbohydrates, and
I don't think this is
0.3
where we
grams
planned
of
on going.
protein. It contains no vitamin A, no vitamin C, 7% calcium, 3% iron, no vitamin D, no vitamin B6.
Why are they telling me what it doesn't contain?
It
It contains no gold.
Magnesium, 1% of magnesium. How funny.
Does it contain any petroleum distillates? No. Thanks. Why are we listing things it doesn't contain? Tell me what it contains. It's ridiculous. All right. I lost a little faith in Wikipedia.
It's a food item.
Is this still on Wikipedia or is this
it's-
something else?
No, that was on. That was nutritional facts from the USDA.
Okay. I officially.
And they have to say.
Yeah, I'm taking
they
down the
have
USDA.
They have
down.
specific categories that they have to list.
Yeah, I don't care.
It's required by law.
No, that's silly to tell me what's
So,
not in it.
You have to list vitamin D, whether or not it has any.
I don't
have
care.
to
That's
list,
dumb.
You have to list mono unsaturated fats, even if it doesn't have any.
I don't care.
Our
That's
nutritional
dumb.
labels would be so short if they only listed what it had.
Well,
Then your
based on
assumption
that,
would be,
yeah.
hey, if it doesn't list it, it doesn't have it. But
Mhm.
we're not that way.
Hmm.
We love seeing 0 on stuff, apparently, because 0 is a very important number.
Not only is it kind of Christmas Red Hots, but then after a while, after drinking it for a bit, it kind of starts to taste like Cinnamon Toast Crunch as well.
What are you having for breakfast? I'm having a Foursquare. Cinnamon Toast Crunch edition.
Yes. They should play it up. They should contact, I don't know who makes it. Is it Post or General Mills? I don't know who makes Cinnamon Toast Crunch. They should contact them and go, hey, we made a rum that's so much like your breakfast cereal. Now, don't get me wrong. I know a lot of your customers are children. But you know what? You got a lot of customers are adults. Why don't we make a label that's a Cinnamon Toast Crunch label, the same blue and white and yellow coloring, and make it all... Oh, I know why. Because you'd be marketing the children.
General Mills.
General Mills. You can't market the children. But I like Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Can't you market to me, the consumer who likes Cinnamon Toast Crunch and is older than 21 by at least 21 years?
This is the adult cereal variety. Okay.
Exactly.
So, taglines on a search for Cinnamon Toast Crunch. What do you think the very first article on Google for Cinnamon Toast Crunch is?
Oh, God. So you search Cinnamon Toast Crunch,
Yeah.
and you want to know what the first one comes up is.
Yeah.
I guess it's not the website for no. Okay.
NewYorkTimes.com.
Sugariest cereal
Man
ever.
says he found shrimp tails in Cinnamon Toast Crunch. The second article, from CNN.com, Cinnamon Toast Crunch Shrimpgate didn't have to go viral. And then,
but you didn't help it by making a second article about it going viral. That's funny.
And then third is GeneralMills.com. Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Everyone's a kid at heart.
Oh, you know what? If I were them, I would have changed my website to Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Now with fewer shrimp tails.
Now shrimp tail free.
Exactly. Something like that. Now shrimp tail free.
There is no B3 bomber.
But you have to list whether or not it has B3.
Apparently you do not.
Yeah, no, we did not plan to go this way at all, did we?
No, very much unscripted there.
This is totally Cinnamon Toast Crunch. And it starts as Christmas Red Hots and then becomes Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
But you know what? I
Here's
don't know.
the thing, though. If this is going to compete with those crazy dudes, like, Sailor Jerry and Kraken and stuff, I don't think you could drink a lot of this. This would overwhelm you.
No, but think of the mixed drinks you could have with that.
Like what?
What would a mojito be like with that? Of course, I've never
It
made a
would taste
mojito
weird.
with a dark rum.
Yeah, I think it would taste weird. You go, why is there cinnamon in my mojito? Well, cinnamon and mint? Do those go well together?
Why not?
I don't know. I've never done it. Great. Now we have to make a mojito.
Okay.
I gotta know.
The mint's starting to bloom.
Oh, good. Oh, so like in a month we'll have mojitos?
Less than that.
Cool. Yeah, does mint ever die? No, mint never dies.
It just scales back, especially as I mow it.
Yeah, exactly. Like you could plant mint on the moon, and when you came back, you'd be like, "Ah, damn it, the moon's covered in mint now."
It's a green moon.
Exactly. Instead of a white moon,
No.
we'd be looking up at a green moon.
People have told me this. People have told me this all my life. That if you plant mint, it's just going to take over everything.
It does.
Every place I've lived, I put mint.
Yeah.
Didn't happen. Did you see mint at the Garland house?
Do you remember my second house and the mint there?
Did you see mint at the Garland house?
No.
Did you see mint at the Nevada house?
No.
No. The only place we've got mint to grow is at this house.
You know what? I don't know how you can't grow mint. Mint is impossible to not grow. I put like a plant of mint in the alleyway section of grass at our second house, and it started taking over the entire back, and then grew up through a 3-foot wall, like retaining wall, into my rock, and I had mint in my rock 3 feet above the level I planted it through a retaining wall.
Yep, and yet I have not had this experience.
But here's one thing that's great. I loved when I mowed the mint because it
it
was so
great.
awesome.
It smells great.
It was great.
So we planted some on the ground right outside of the pool. We just put one little thing there, and Alex mowed over it. I mowed over it, and so it's kind of spread a little bit.
Oh yeah, you mow over it, and it just goes. Oh great, you replanted us.
Yes. And this one's actually, it's got little bitty things in some spots. And you walk over it and you smell it.
Oh, yeah. No, totally. If you just kick it, brush against it, it's like rosemary.
Love it.
Any contact you have with it, it smells like it.
I love it.
All right. Well, we are a good 3/4 inch into our Phoenix.
Okay. So I have gone over almost all
the whole thing
of this Cigar Sense
yes.
color wheel or aroma wheel.
Mm-hmm.
And I got to tell you, the predominant flavor
with cinnamon
that I get is cardboard. I'm not saying this is a bad cigar. I like this cigar. I really do. But when I was going around the flavor wheel, it's okay. So
that's impressive that cardboard is on the flavor wheel.
Yeah, I thought so too. So I'm going through, and you got herb. Well, I don't get herb. You got wood. It's like not really. You got mineral, none. Earth and fungi. Okay, could be, but that's not it. Animal, no. Pepper, not really. Spice, I attribute that more to the drink. Flowers, no. Fruit, no. Sweet, no. Nut, no. Toasted, no. Other, I get to other. And I'm looking at the little bitty stuff under other. The first one is ammonia, no. Second one is cardboard. And I pause. And then I take a draw. And I'm like, holy crap, that's cardboard.
You know what? As you go through it, I am inclined to agree. You're right. No, it's because my initial thought was it smacks of tobacco. And I was like, this is not a lot of distinction. It's a beautiful dark wrapper.
Oh, it is. It's
beautiful
great. Yeah.
dark wrapper. But it's not a complex cigar. It smacks of tobacco. And I kept going through. And I think you're right. I think maybe cardboard might be one of the better descriptions for it.
But it's odd because
it's a little chimney too.
I'm enjoying it.
This thing kicks out some smoke.
It's kicking out visible smoke, but it's not like it's
no.
not like
I
the
don't
DCO.
just mean the second. I mean your exhale.
Oh yeah, that's got a lot of smoke.
Massive smoke. Yeah, no. The secondary is just it's not trailing off too strong. The retrohale is pretty peppery though. It is a little bit more peppery than normal. I don't want to call this a full cigar.
Yes, it is.
I don't want to call this a full-bodied cigar, but the retro kind of makes it that.
The retro is pretty tough. Just smoking it
doesn't do that.
It falls just above a medium to me, just smoking it. But the retrohale, wow, that's shocking.
It's kind of close to a pepper bomb, and I thought the Phoenix was one of their milder ones. But you don't rise from ashes to burn in the sky.
There you go.
Without having a little kick. Yeah, and I got the full 300 joules there on that one.
I was just surprised about the cardboard.
Well, yeah, I had to do a lot of rinse to not get cinnamon.
I haven't been rinsing, but I've set the rum down so that I can try to get some of the flavor of the cigar, and that's what I came up with.
And it would have never occurred to me to call it cardboard, but I get it when you say it. I'm like, yes. So you gotta experience it.
Exactly.
I don't know how to describe it. But it's kind of cardboard. Yeah.
Find some, and if you go to Underground, you can order it from them. They'll send it to you.
Mm-hmm.
So you can try some of these.
So these we bought in like a 5-pack where we got a variety of 5 different ones, and we bought a couple of them so we could review them.
That's right.
So yeah, we don't have 3 or 4 of each, so we can get to try it ahead of time, unfortunately. But
we did try out one of them ahead of time. It wasn't this one; it was the Blue Band.
Right.
But that one I thought was pretty good.
Right. So this band, I think you would describe as a gold or yellow gold.
Yeah. And I like this one, too. I was just surprised that the flavor that sticks out to me is cardboard.
Yeah, I think that's the first time I've described anything like that, but you're right.
Gotta love the flavor wheel.
It does. It really helps. You should definitely go to a flavor wheel for aid.
Yeah, I'm surprised. And I've tried several of them, and again, the cigar sense. I love the cigar sense flavor wheel. It's got 2 rings. It's got an inner ring and an outer ring. The inner ring has the major categories. The inner ring have the subcategories. And you can look at a category like spice, and you can say, do I get spice out of it? Pepper? Do I get pepper out of it? Animal? Do I get animal out of it? And then once you've isolated kind of the major categories, you can try to go into a subcategory and try to isolate the subcategory. And it's really kind of cool.
Now, since we didn't own the flavor wheel, it's not in our journal, but there is a blank page in the back of the journal that if you were to print out that wheel and stick it in a journal, it would fit perfectly.
Yes.
I'm just saying.
And that's exactly what I did to my journal.
But we don't own that.
No. That's by Cigar
so
Sense. You can look it up. It's everywhere.
We'd have put it in there.
We
could have.
Oh, yeah.
But that's not us. It's not ours.
Yeah,
But you should do it.
Look up Cigar Sense.
Mhm.
You can print it out. They make it so you can use it. So you can print it out and you can use it to help determine flavors. Now, I did create a excuse me. I did create a radar chart based upon the color sense color with the inner portion.
Right, but that's something you need on every page. We don't really have that, so it's not something you can fill in like a true radar chart.
Right.
But you could use it to your advantage if you like them. I don't think there's a lot of engineers out there smoking cigars. But
I thought about making one of these for me that on
it had one on every page.
Yeah, on the right hand side had the cigar information. On the left hand side had the rating.
But that cut your ratings down in half.
It would.
I'd skip that.
It would, but I'm really curious as to what pattern I tend to enjoy the most.
Oh, that might be interesting.
So that's why I was thinking about doing that for me.
Okay. I see that.
Offer it to others, but, for me, that's why I
But
would.
little plug for our cigar journal. We created our own cigar journal. It has its own ISBN.
Yep.
You can order it on our website. We have them in inventory. We love them. We keep using up our inventory.
Yes, we do.
Well, we sold our first batch
Yep.
to Larry at Enfuego, our home shop of
Yep.
Murphy. Thank you, Larry, for supporting us. We support you. Thank you for supporting us.
Yes.
And
and he was happy to see. So the very first cigar I rated in my cigar journal was a Toro Fuente short story. I thought it was fitting that I rated that one first. And it was a cigar that I purchased from Enfuego. So it says purchased from, it
Right.
says Enfuego. And so Larry looks at it, he turns to that page.
He goes,
page number
"Yeah."
1, looks at it, says, Enfuego, thank you.
Good guy. Great shop.
Oh, yeah.
Great series of shops.
Series of shops.
3
yeah.
shops and one franchise
One
shop.
franchise, yeah.
Yeah, I love them all. Franchise shop is kicking out of the park, too.
Yes.
They're
yes,
doing
it
great.
is.
But plug for us. Good. We both recommend you journal your entries.
Yes.
It is good to look back on. It's fun, too.
It is.
All right. We'll be right back after this break.
Enjoy the any time of the day cigar. Drunk Chicken Cigars are nub-alicious. So good you'll smoke it to a nub. You can get 10% off your order at drunkchickencigars.com by using the promo code CLM2020.
All right. We're
Hey,
back.
be sure to check out cigarsliquormore.com.
And Drunk Chicken.
And, check out drunkchicken.com.
Our gracious sponsor of the cigar giveaway.
Yeah, I can't wait to meet the ambassador, but we love Desiree.
We again invite you to visit our site where you can get interesting T-shirts such as "Alcohol is a Solution" and
Technically, according to chemistry,
yeah,
alcohol
is
is
a solution. Or such great phrases as "One cannot be said to be drinking all day if one does not start in the morning." And a wonderful, in my opinion, the best journal on the market today.
Hell yeah.
Cigars Liquor and More Cigar Journal.
That's right.
Well, welcome back.
When you task engineer-type people to make a journal, we make a journal.
Mm-hmm.
You get an index at the front so you can quickly find your entries, which is one problem with a lot of cigar journals out there. And we even staggered the band placement over 4 pages so that they lay even as you fill them in.
Yeah. I saw somebody else did that recently.
Really?
I wonder if they got it from us.
I bet they did.
I bet they did.
Look at us. We're improving life everywhere.
We don't make a lot of the things you use. We make a lot of the things you use better.
BASF.
Yeah, we probably shouldn't say that.
No, we shouldn't. It's a great phrase.
Oh, it's phenomenal.
It's a
I love
great
BASF. The Germans aren't so litigious, are they?
But I love, well, so at work we use a piece of software called SAP.
Very German software.
Yep, it is German software, and You have finished goods, which are called FERTs, F-E-R-T.
Yeah.
It's called a FERT.
Yeah, well, a lot of them are based in the German language, so
Yes. And
they don't always make sense to us.
If you go into some translate software and you put in finished goods, the German translation will be a long word where the first 4 letters are F-E-R-T. Semi-finished goods. So it's as you make the stuff that you're going to make. It's called a HALB, H-A-L-B. And if you put in semi-finished goods into a translator to German, the first 4 letters of the long word is H-A-L-B.
Yeah.
D-N, D-I-E-N.
Yeah, they keep it simple
service.
for the Germans.
Yeah, for Germans. But I've done many classes on all of this to help people understand our costing system.
Oh, and you can tell them, hey, if you don't know what the code is, type it into Google Translate and put in the first 4 letters. It probably is.
We don't recommend that at our company. We have our own translating mechanism because, you could put in something that could be a trade secret, and we don't want our folks to do that.
Oh.
So we do not use Google Translate. We use our own translating software.
This is settling.
Turns out I like burning cardboard.
Yeah. Well, we knew that. You get Amazon, you live out in the country, you burn a lot of cardboard.
My life changed dramatically when I found out the company I use to pick up my trash will take a box of boxes at the curb.
Oh, so you don't burn them all, huh?
I don't burn near as much as
I don't
did.
think you could not burn all the boxes you have.
Well, I could if we didn't have as much wind as we do.
Yeah, it was windy. Yeah.
Yeah, I would burn a whole lot more if we didn't have the wind that we do.
So a lot of people are very critical of burning wood. They go, you're adding to the carbon footprint. I go, okay, hold up.
Mm-mm.
Let me ask you something. Where do you think the wood goes when you put it to the curb? It goes to a very large dump site. What does that large dump site do? It covers that wood up with a lot of trash. And what happens to that wood when it's in a giant trash heap? I'll tell you what happens to it. It decomposes naturally and makes methane, which is tenfold
The carbon.
not the carbon, tenfold the heating capacity of carbon dioxide. It heats up the atmosphere 10 times as much as CO2. So it's actually a benefit to burn wood. I don't want to say plastics, right? Not things.
Well, no.
To burn wood
not plastic,
over
but,
letting it decompose into methane.
But burning natural products.
Yeah. So you're actually better off burning it than you are putting it in a waste heap, which then turns it into methane, which is 10 times worse. Anyway.
And stuff settles down.
Anyway,
and
that's your
becomes
chemistry.
dirt.
That's your chemistry learning today.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of ash,
Okay.
I saw a documentary that came out a long time ago. Called it was a show called Minute by Minute. So they walked you through an event minute by minute. It wasn't
stuff happens fast sometimes.
Wasn't actual minute by minute, but it was this minute, talking to these different people at these different locations, experiencing the same event. Mount St. Helens eruption in May of 1980.
That was madness.
It was.
That was, so cool though.
Yes.
When you see the footage, you go, wow. And when you hear how many millions of tons of earth and ash it moved, you go, that makes any of our nuclear bombs look silly.
Yeah, look wimpy by comparison.
Not just wimpy.
Even the Tsar
silly.
bomb, not as much.
For the life of me, I don't remember how many megatons they estimated that explosion at, but it was large.
And then you follow it up. There's a YouTube channel. I don't have it off the top of my head. There's a YouTube channel that does size comparisons of things, real and imaginary.
Okay.
So size comparisons of buildings, size comparisons of mountains, size comparisons of sci-fi spaceships.
Right.
Well, they did a size comparison of volcano eruptions. At Mount St. Helens, tiny.
Oh yeah. No, if you go back in history, like throughout the entire, that ain't fair. I think Vesuvius must have been bigger because it threw burning ash 30 miles.
Not near the biggest
No,
at all.
What was the biggest?
Yellowstone.
Oh, like 250,000 years ago, which is why we're due in the $250,000 year cycle. Yeah.
But pretty awesome.
Oh, unless you live around there and you're waiting for it to happen. Of course, if it happened,
Everybody will notice.
we'd have a blackout globally.
We didn't get any ash in North Texas, but we did. But the sky did darken.
Yeah,
right? It was pretty huge. It was pretty fucking huge. So, yeah, but just seeing because we had satellites up then, so we could see the progression based on satellite imagery of the ash cloud, and it's just amazing, just absolutely amazing. I mean,
imagine the footage today. Would have been amazing.
Well, not only could you get the track of the ash and probably see it in near real time, but
right?
you could also get temperature readings and carbon dioxide readings.
Instead of a frame every 4 seconds, you would add 30 frames a second. You would have been real. Why can't we have a Mount St. Helens today?
Yeah, I'm okay with having it 1980 and being done.
Well, we're about halfway through.
But it takes a while. That was a 40-minute video. Yeah. It was minus commercials, right? So it was about a 45-minute video. But, man.
Cool.
It starts off kind of slow, but you know how it ends.
Yeah.
And yet it is still just amazing.
I just remember seeing what blew off the top and then created an avalanche. And just the avalanche of dirt. Because snow seems easier to move than dirt. This was an avalanche. When you see an avalanche of dirt and you go, that's not snow, that's dirt. You go, oh, the force behind that is insane.
Well, and so you had a huge landslide. You had a mountain slide is what you had.
Yeah.
Of dirt. But you also had, with the eruption, you also had all the snow that was on it, because back then it was known as Fiji of America, right? Mount Fiji, because that's kind of how it looked. But all that snow just instantly liquefied.
Vaporized. And I think it became vapor.
No, not all of it. A lot of it turned to water. Rushed down the creek, the river that went through there swelled, and that was where some of the deaths came from. So yeah, that was.
Yeah, that was cool.
Being 1,000 miles away from it, yes, it was.
No, I don't think I would have wanted to live anywhere in the area. No.
And a prime reason why I didn't become a volcanologist. Not that I would anyway, but, just saying.
So we're about halfway through. What do you think of the cigar?
It hasn't changed.
No,
it's still got that cardboard flavor to it.
Hasn't changed.
It's
very consistent.
It just feels funny saying it.
It does feel
tastes
funny
like
saying
cardboard, but it does. And I think it's a really good cigar.
I think that's the thing that's funny. Is like it's kind of like when you say it smells like barnyard, or it smells like or you go, well, that doesn't good. No, it's not bad.
It's just really funny.
No, cardboard's not bad.
Saying it and experiencing it, and just saying it out loud is just doesn't seem right.
Yeah, Mark it. This is the first time we've ever said cardboard. But yeah. And I don't dislike cardboard. It's just the description you give it.
Yes. Very much so.
I wonder if under the flavor category, cardboard would be banned. Because they want to ban flavors. Don't get any flavor or anything. Okay. And if I do,
I don't know. It falls under the brown category. So if you don't like it, you're racist.
I just the whole flavor category, the whole thing about flavors. If they haven't distinctly said flavor additives.
Well, it doesn't taste like reconstituted shit, so I'm all good.
Yeah, I bet I might still be a good cigar. Why would you reconstitute it?
I don't know. It's just what came out of my mouth. It just sounds. I mean, it fits.
Yeah,
cardboard fits, but it just sounds so weird saying it out loud.
And you know what?
Did I have to say it again? Cardboard.
Yeah, I've had other cigars like this. Sorry. I've had other cigars like this. And now I'm like, oh my God, I wish I could remember which other ones were that because now I know they're cardboard. Because this isn't the first cardboard cigar I had. This is just the first time I ever was able to place it.
Yes.
Because
identification helps.
I didn't do flavor wheels for 20 years.
I like the flavor wheel.
The flavor wheel really, really helps. Really helps because if it gives you something to think about, maybe something to expect, you might be able to go, oh, that's what that is.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, not all of it's just the power of suggestion. Like, hey, do you taste cherries? Hey, I now taste cherries. No, some of it is just, I can't put a finger on it.
I can't place it.
And when you say it, then I go, oh, that's where
it is. Yeah.
That's what this is.
You wonder about that when you read a description somebody else gave something and you taste that and you go, yes, that's it. You wonder.
I didn't look up any flavor notes on this.
That or is it just me projecting that because I heard it? But not so in this case. I mean, I
didn't look it up.
I went through this flavor wheel.
Yeah. Yeah, we recommend doing that a lot. Mm-hmm. Even if you don't get our journal, which we still recommend you do.
Yes.
Oh, it's the best. I love that journal. I'm so happy
the
way it came out.
Indexing and staggering the bands was the best
monstrous
choices.
Improvement.
Yes. So much so that in your other journals, you started doing your own index.
Yeah, well, yeah. So I was indexing them in a 3-ring binder. I would print out a single sheet at a time. And I indexed them because it was irritating that it was piling up, which I guess is what gave us the idea to do it in this one.
Well, I did it in this one because the journals I used at work, I purchased my own journals.
Oh, so synchronous discovery. I did it in my old journal and you did it in this one. Yeah. And I was like, yeah, we should do that because I do that.
Yeah, I couldn't. Yeah, it's weird. I couldn't. It's the cigar giving you the middle finger.
It is. It fell off.
It was. Yeah. No. In my work journals, I couldn't find anything if I didn't because I write it in as it happens, and a single project could go. It could skip 5 pages before I write something else about that project. And if it wasn't indexed, there's no way I would find information. That's funny.
Yeah.
So a finance guy out at work when I was working in the business, he asked me, can you give me a step-by-step on how to do this? I keep forgetting how to do this. And I'm like, yes. So I wrote it out step by step. I put it in a document. I put it in a share folder location. I sent him the location. I sent it the step-by-step to him in the email, and I put it in my journal and put his name in the index. So I said, if you lose everything else, You come to my cube. You look at you open my journal. You look for your name on the index. You go to that page, and he did it twice.
Twice.
Yep.
Okay, I don't like him now. That's sad.
He's a finance guy, not an engineer, so he doesn't.
Okay, I guess that's a good point. Well, actually,
and it's still in my journal to this day. Now, I don't use that journal anymore because that one filled up.
I wanted to cover something because it covers two things I really like. So, this is from Alex Williams of the New York Times. So I don't know. I think everyone knows what Everclear is. Pretty sure.
Yeah.
In case you don't, I'm going to refresh your memory. It is a 190 proof grain neutral spirit. It is the purest you can get without adding drying agents to ethanol. If you want to distill ethanol and purify it, you cannot get above 190 proof and still be consumable. Because if you make it higher proof than that, higher percentage than that, you have to add toxic drying agents to use it chemically in a lab. So 95% alcohol is the highest you can get. And Everclear said, yeah, I'm going to do that. Yeah.
Now, isn't Everclear a St. Louis company?
It is. It's another reason I love it. So I love it because it's the purest, most readily available version of ethanol there is without adding horrible things like hexane and benzene. Those are two drying agents you don't drink. They're carcinogens. But at 190 proof...
They are known in California to be a cancer-causing agent.
Probably. Okay, so at 190 proof, it can do almost anything. It's made in St. Louis, which I also love. And by the way, it's illegal in 11 states. I didn't know that. I love that.
Is it really?
That's hilarious. I learned that in Williams' article. So it's been, of course, mythologized for generations in fraternity parties, you know. And it is forever in our vernacular. I think everybody knows Everclear. So all of a sudden, Everclear was flying off the shelves.
Hold on.
What?
Hold on.
The skip part? I skipped a bit you liked?
It's mythologicalized by generations of fraternity parties and celebrated in song.
Yes.
I like the late rapper from the Ghetto Boys claimed that he shot himself in the eye in 1991 while plastered on Everclear and PCP. I think that was the PCP that did that one.
I don't think the Everclear helped. But yeah.
Wow, what a combination that is. Everclear and PCP. Hey, Doc, can you write me a prescription? No.
Dip your cigarette in Everclear, not PCP. But Everclear started flying off the shelves. Why? Well, the Wuhan virus. So,
there you go.
With all the household sanitizers picked clean at $8 a bottle, Purell was just hard to come by and selling at ridiculous prices on eBay.
Oh, it was, yes.
However, Everclear was the perfect do-it-yourself germ-killing alternative.
You betcha.
So, here's the other thing.
More tasty than bleach.
Rubbing alcohol smells bad. And it's bad. It tastes bad if you get it around your mouth.
And it burns on open sores.
Which is a key ingredient in hand sanitizers.
Mm-hmm.
But then you go to Everclear. Everclear exceeds the 60% alcohol, which it's at 95% alcohol. So it needs to be a minimum of 120 proof for cleaning. Okay, so that's what your hand sanitizers. What hand sanitizers actually do is instead of being 60% alcohol, they usually do 65 because you gotta allow for evaporation as the product ages. And you still want it to be effective, but at 80
I slipped
proof,
off the garter.
I'm close. At 80 proof, vodka doesn't meet the requirement for being sanitary.
Nope.
But Everclear does.
Everclear certainly does.
So here's something else I didn't know. The CDC says it needs to be 60% alcohol or 120 proof, but the WHO says 80% or 160 proof is what it needs to be. But at 190 proof or 95% alcohol, again, Everclear fits the bill. So it was flying off the shelves as a hand sanitizer.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Here's what's funny. Oh, so
Hand sanitizer you can nip off the bottle.
So yeah, you can drink it and wipe your hands with it. You
Clean you inside out.
You can clean your you can clean your hands and then lick them clean, or lick them dry, and lick them drier. Right.
Yeah,
you enjoy
whatever.
them. So Tito's took to Twitter and advised people to not use its product as a hand sanitizer because it didn't meet the minimum requirement. But then it donated 625 tons of hand sanitizer to help battle the coronavirus. Now, Tito's is...
The Wuhan virus?
Yes, the Wuhan virus. So Tito's is a quote-unquote handmade vodka in Texas, which I believe is made from... ADM, thank you. From ADM. So it's just basically they didn't dilute their ADM product to 80 proof. Instead of selling it for vodka, they gave it away as hand sanitizer. Very nice of them.
Oh, yeah. And a lot of distilleries did much the same thing.
So, a lot of distilleries did that. And we even covered the fact that the government was going to try to fine them.
Try to tax them, yeah.
But then it pulled back real quick because that's a dick move.
Yeah, it is.
So they pulled that back. So here's a few facts that I didn't know, which I love. There was a Los Angeles liquor store that usually sold a couple bottles a week that was suddenly selling cases of it. And an LA Times reported that, and here's an extra sidebar note, only the 120 proof variation is legal in California, which is, I guess, one of the states Everclear is not legal in, so they had to make a 120 proof version for California. Kind of sounds like 3-2 beer for Texas back in the days, right? Mm-hmm. Everclear is also available in 151 proof form for other states that only allow it go at 151, because I guess they had Bacardi 151, and they're like, well, if we're going to allow that, we have to allow Everclear at 151.
There you go.
So then Everclear made 151 for them. I didn't know that. And then demand was so strong in Utah, a state that ordinary times ranks 50th in alcohol beverage consumption. They then had to enforce a limit to 2 bottles of Everclear at a time. Well, that's a change. I think I know what they were using it for in Utah. So Everclear's
what they were claiming they were using it for in Utah.
Yeah. So Everclear's new status as a germ killer just became common. They heard of consumers cleaning fruit with it, which I think that's weird. I don't know why anybody would be coughing on their fruit, but cleaning doorknobs and surfaces and everything. I that's awesome.
Anything and everything.
That's awesome. Here's what's funny. Back in 2018, before the Wuhan virus event, Everclear changed its packaging. So it used to feature an ear of corn that screamed moonshine with a prominent warning that read, "Caution, extremely flammable," which it is. Mm-hmm. And overconsumption may endanger your health. To now it features a minimalist navy and gold label. And they they revamped the website to have a more quiet, dignified image. And now everybody's using it as a safety precaution, which I love. I love it. And what's funny was their production was totally ready to meet demand because cases were flying off the shelf, and I didn't hear of Everclear shortages.
By the way, if anybody wants to give me grief about calling it the Wuhan virus, here's what I have to say about that. If you can say that there is a consensus on global warming and that we need to do something about it, then I say it's a consensus that it is the Wuhan virus.
Because it started in
every
Wuhan.
Country in the world that publishes information on viruses says that it came
Yeah.
from Wuhan,
So where it
started in
came from.
Wuhan, except for China. And so what? That's a consensus.
No, but China talked
There
us
you
into
go.
calling it the COVID-19 because they didn't want any more bad press because they are so full of bad press. They are nothing but bad press because they're a bad press country. They're psychotic. I hate them. Not Chinese people, the Chinese government.
Yep.
I want to make that clear.
Yep. Don't hate on people.
Don't hate on people.
that are
Hate
from
on the
that area.
government.
That's right. We love the people. We hate the government.
Yeah, and it's the Wuhan virus in my mind. Or Kung Flu.
Kung Fu
I think that one's funny. I like
is
that one.
fabulous.
Yeah. But there's so many Kung Flus. You know how many viruses have come out of China? It seems like that's their major export. Wikipedia should list China as their major export being viruses because that seems to be what it is. But, you know, that's just what it is. That's all it is. It's them wanting no negative press. And guess what? You're not going to change that. Ever since Tiananmen Square, you've had bad press because you specialize in it. So screw you, Chinese officials. Well, there go our Chinese listeners. Not because they don't want to listen, but because China just
Because they're
banned us.
banned. They're banned. We're banned in China.
Speaking of band, I just pulled my band off.
All right. You slipped off the garter. I knew you could do it.
Here we
I'm
go.
faith
You know
in
where
you.
that garter fits perfectly?
On your pinky. Oh.
It's a ring.
the next
Substitute
finger
as a
over.
ring. Substitute as a ring. Yeah, you could put it as a pinky ring. Yeah, I don't want it to slide off. I want it to stay on. Boom, baby.
It's a little bit harder on that finger.
Yeah, but you know,
That's-
but it won't slide off.
That's the ring finger because, I lost my ring again. I don't know what I did with it, man. I don't know.
All right. We're in the final third. You want to wrap this up?
Let's do it.
Yeah. Do
Let's
that
do
thing.
I love the cinnamon flavor out of the Foursquare rum from Barbados. The cigar, cardboard of all things, but I think it's great.
It is great. And it's not cinnamon, it's cinnamon toast crunch.
Okay,
But I love
forgive
cinnamon
me.
toast crunch. And I felt it went well with the cigar. I feel better.
Heck yeah.